Hi, and welcome to Hangout 139. It is November 4th. Siobhan was thinking of being the host, but she bailed at the last minute.
Not enough wine.
Not enough time to script the whole thing.
I said wine, not time.
Next time.
Next time. So we have a full house tonight. Missing some old regulars, but lots of new regulars. So let's start eastmost. Siobhan, how are things in Montreal?
Very good, very mild. Enjoying the week, and that's it. Good weather in Canada. If the weather is good, that's enough. You know.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's all good. If it's mild, it's great.
Martin, how are things in Ottawa?
Pretty good. I mean, can't complain, right?
Trudeau mania.
Yeah, let's not go there.
All right. Well, it's good to repeat every few decades. Ryan, how are things with you?
It's been funky because after Halloween, it's been eerily foggy. Like, you've seen the movie The Mist? It's been like that in Thunder Bay for like 2 days now.
Oh, wow.
It's been
Have you been tempted to drive out of town and have things splat at your window?
If I have time to do anything.
Like zombies.
But yeah, it's been a little bit good here.
And what about you, Rob? How are things in Winnipeg, Central Canada?
No snow yet, so I'm quite happy. But it is foggy here too, so that was it's kind of similar to Ryan. Quite foggy.
Well, and we had fog for one day, and it seems to have gone away. We also had snow for one day. So we had beautiful weather right up until, I think, midnight on October 31st, and then boom, not so beautiful. So we're in mudland right now.
Ooh.
Kind of interesting. Yeah, not that interesting. But now that you've had our weather report for across Canada, let's get on to Android. There's lots of different things to talk about tonight from different providers. So let's get started. Rogers releases a new Galaxy Note.
Yeah, they released a 64 gig version of the Galaxy Note 5, but didn't announce it, didn't make any press release. It just popped on their website.
So, what do you think? I know my my S6 is 64 gig, and I don't feel like I'm ever going to run out of space. Do you think that that'll be a hit with the Note users?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm still using 16 gigs, and I still have 10 gigs of free space.
Oh, that's right. You're the minimalist.
I don't know how you do that.
Either.
32 is starting to be cramping.
Everything is on the cloud, so I don't need anything local.
You'd be a good Robin user.
Yes.
I've contributed.
Even though the Robin though, as a cloud device, still comes with 32 on board, which kind of surprised me. I thought that they would make it smaller. But
Yeah, they're giving you some breathing room before they force stuff off.
yeah.
Like I explained to a lot of people is I don't have a need for storage. I have no need for storage. All my pictures are automatically deleted off my phone the moment I take one.
I don't get. I have a 32 tablet now, and I got it because with my 16, it was always asking me to delete things. But that's because I read magazines on texture, and they're all very multimedia.
Right.
The tablet I can understand. I have a whole bunch of games installed on my tablet, so I've got 128 gigs, and I'm pretty much pushing the max.
Yeah,
but on my phone, there's really no need. I mean, I don't carry MP3s. I don't carry digital media. There's really nothing on my phone. There's absolutely nothing beside programs.
I have to admit, I have this big memory on my phone, but I think it's just insecurity. What about you, Siobhan? How's your devices for memory?
First, a question for you. You mentioned the magazine app. It was rebranded lately, no? You're talking about the app that used to be called Next Issue.
Mm-hmm.
And they changed it to
Texture.
Texture. Did they change the app or just the name?
The app has been slowly updating. I really like the changes they've made. They've made it a lot easier to actually delete old issues off, and you can download automatically, but I don't. And like I found the app is really different than when it first came out. It's just much more refined. But more than that, the magazines are more multimedia rather than just reading a PDF or a paper magazine.
Yeah, I like that. That you
like
can click and go to the websites. I used to be really into it, and for some reason I stopped. I wouldn't mind trying it again.
I think you would like it. It has changed. If you stopped over a couple months ago, it's changed a lot.
Yeah, a while back. Maybe I didn't use it in about a year.
Yeah, I would give it another shot.
I ran out of space because I fill it up with photos. I do try to clean them up once in a while, but some of them I like having on my phone because sometimes I'll take photos throughout the month and then like post them on Instagram later on.
Yeah.
So I like having them on the phone. But I like that Google Photos gives you the option of cleaning up everything that's been backed up and older than a month. So I use that feature a lot.
Yes, I do too. Everybody else use that, or are they relying on manual, or are they like?
Mine's automatic. All the picture media is already cleared off my phone within 24 hours.
I keep everything on my. I let it all back up automatically Google Photos, but I don't delete it until I'm ready to take everything off and put it onto my own hard drive. Just because I got pictures of the kids a lot, so I don't want to risk losing that.
Yeah, I know. I back up to Photos and Dropbox, and I pull stuff off probably annually onto a local drive and take it out of Dropbox and Google. So everybody has things they like to do, messing around with memory. I think you're right, Martin. 64 probably is overkill on my phone, but I just didn't want to run out. Ever.
I see. Yeah, no, I honestly don't keep anything on my phone. There's really no reason to actually have any storage on a phone, personally.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even I try to move my photos every month. Have maybe a month's worth of photos on my thing, Dropbox, and Photos back them all up for me. But I find even things like Humble Bundle, because I have to keep clearing Humble Bundle out of the apps to download. Or even just the fact that I don't stream my music. I use Google Play Music, but it caches about 4 gigs of music, stuff that I keep on device. So I need at least that. So I'm usually, after 32, I'm down to maybe 10 gigs free after a while. So even that is starting, depending on how often I take photos and videos, gets pretty full.
I can't. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to reach 16 gigs.
We'll help you with that. Let's move on. Microsoft Office has made some changes.
Yeah, their application, they've downsized the actual application, so they're not as big. I mean, they used to be about 120 megs of download for an APK, and they've downgraded that considerably, almost by 1/3. So easily dropped them up to about 80, maybe depending on the app, about 75 and 80 megabytes per app. And they've added a whole bunch of new features to each of their apps, so that includes Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and whatnot. And also, they did something quite interesting as well with their OneDrive application. No more unlimited storage, and if you were using the free service, you've been dropped down from 15 gigabytes to 5 gigabytes.
And I had read that was because they found that some users were storing terabytes worth of data, which
is entirely possible.
Yes, it is possible, but that doesn't really make sense to me, because why don't you just charge those users for that and let everybody, it's not like they're mysterious users. They would know who they are, I would think. That just is a weird justification. Is that just Office 360, or is it the Android apps that you're talking about?
It's
Office 365.
Yeah.
365, yeah.
So anybody that has that, when you said you got a subscription Office 365, you got a free unlimited OneDrive account. So they're reducing that, which again, I think they probably could have done it a much different way if they're complaining that people are starting huge files. I think Box and a couple of them have a thing where you can store as much as you want, but no more than a 1 terabyte file at a time, or certain types can count towards your space, certain ones won't, or something.
Yeah.
If it could have been done like that, like Google Drive, all your Drive files don't count, photos under 20 megs don't count, then anything else can count. Then I think that'd be a nice way to sort of get around that.
Oh, totally.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, so I get to talk about the Samsung Galaxy View. As the Samsung person, finally got happy, got my phone, I have my tablet, and we have a Note 10.1, the original one, living in our kitchen as our recipe book. So when they came out with the 18-inch one, I thought, oh, maybe this is a replacement. Because in the end, as expensive as it seems, it's not really that expensive for a Samsung product. I'm not sure about the performance, but then for a kitchen, it's okay. But then again, you can get a kitchen TV for quite cheap. What do you guys think of this? It's like,
I like the idea of it. Again, because since netbooks and tablets, remember the laptops that had the twist around screen that you could do?
I think they still have those.
I know, but that was always the cool idea. Like, that'd be great to be able to put that in a kitchen, because all you want to do in the kitchen is to say, how many eggs do I need for this one? Okay, fine, that. I just need, I need just basically a recipe app, or maybe something to bring up music while I'm cooking, or something like, so having essentially just a nice tablet display, simply, right? It's not going to be a powerhouse. Okay, run these 5 things and those 4 email apps, and then bring up Netflix. It just needs to be. I need to have some basic information while I'm doing something else, right?
The thing that I like, and the thing I don't know that it does, and one thing that I've noticed that we really miss with having the tablet in the kitchen is if we're doing cooking off of YouTube and it has subtitles, they don't show up. Are we missing something? Or do they not show up on the mobile YouTube app?
Oh,
no,
YouTube?
There's closed captioning on that, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but this isn't closed captioning. This is actual, like...
Oh, if they put their own little...
Yeah.
I don't think I ever...
Yeah, I don't think they'll show up on mobile.
No, and you know what? When you're cooking from a video, sometimes you need those things. Like when the list of ingredients scrolls by on your monitor, but not on your tablet, it's just a little awkward. It's like, uh-oh.
Well, they should build it. The YouTube user should have it in the comments below, or the description should have it somewhere.
Yeah, but I guess anyways, this is available through Bell and the Source, which of course is a Bell store, type of Bell store. It's going to be $700, and this is actually, oh no, it is just a Bluetooth one, but it comes with the Bell 5 TV app. So that if you're a subscriber, which I'm not because I don't know what that is, then you get that as well, access. So it acts like a second digital box.
Oh, lovely.
So, well, it just means that you don't have to have a second digital box for your tablet in the kitchen. Anyways, yeah.
So it's like a TV.
It is like a TV, a really expensive TV. But also...
How big is it?
It's 18 inches. 18.4 inches, not super high resolution, but for what you would be using it for, you don't need that. And it's supposedly mobile in that it comes with a handle. So, sort of like those old laptops in the 90s were mobile too.
Interesting.
So, it is an interesting thing.
Like the Apple IIc, we used to have one.
Build your own biceps while you do
had a handle. And I would take it all over the house.
Well, you can go take a look at it. If you do, let us know what you think of it, and it'll be interesting to get some people's opinions on that. I'll probably go look at one, but I won't be taking any money with me, or credit cards, or anything. So, Samsung a couple times, but now we're going to move on to the BlackBerry Preve. Rob,
Yeah.
you are really waiting for that. Tell us more.
Well, I'm waiting for it and I'm rooting for it, but at the same time, I don't know if I can afford to get it. It's supposed to be out November 7th, and it looks like pretty much every carrier is going to have it in Canada. The only one I didn't get any confirmation back yet, or I haven't looked for it recently, was SaskTel. But MTS here in Manitoba and then all the other big three guys, they're all gonna carry it. And yeah, I've been seeing lots of videos now and finally getting a look at the software, because we've seen I don't know how many dozens of pictures and renders on the outside. So I'm like, okay, I get it now. It's a nice looking phone, but what does it do? So I already did an article on AC about the video and everything, and they're showing a little bit of hub and a little bit of this and that BlackBerry's had. So it looks slick. It looks good. I like how they're keeping Android pretty clean on it, almost close to like what Motorola's done. But they do have their own share of BlackBerry apps and stuff going over there, and they're doing a lot of effort to try and get BlackBerry users to come over to Android with that phone. So it's kind of targeting both us existing Android people and the BlackBerry users too. So I'm learning that a little bit more about it. On Reddit, I've seen a lot of stuff. There was an AMA about a guy that already had his hands on it for quite a while, and he was giving lots of answers back and forth for various questions. And some things like Hub, he would say that it's not quite what you seem. So if you're used to BlackBerry, you're going to be a little bit disappointed in Hub because, you know, if you it'll show WhatsApp in there, for example. But if you click on WhatsApp, it's not going to like respond and everything from within Hub. It'll take you back out to the app. So on the Priv, that's how I'm pronouncing it, or the Venice. It's
Venice
pretty much
is easier to pronounce correctly.
Yeah, I still don't like the Priv name personally, but yeah, apparently the Hub is almost like a duplication of just Android notification shade. That's the opinion of a couple people on Reddit. So we'll have to see more once other reviewers and everyone gets their hands on this thing in less than a week now. But it's looking promising. I can't tell if it's worth the coin yet myself. It's, you know, even I can't justify, if I were to pay it outright, I had to do what, $800 or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
sell
pay
my
outright.
LG G4 something first, and I'd still have to drop another $300 to do outright, or go back on a contract, which I don't want to do. So we'll have to see, but it does looks cool.
If it's implemented properly, it should be good. But if it's not done properly, it's not going to fly.
Yeah, and there's the whole thing too about what Chen said. You know, like he keeps on wrecking it for me too every time that guy talks, because you know now he said, well, if the BlackBerry Priv doesn't do well, then we're probably just going to be done making smartphones. Well, okay, so I buy it for $800, and not enough other people around the world do it too, and I get screwed if I want updates maybe, or another Priv 2 or something, or you know,
Yeah, that's still in confidence.
Sure breaks the confidence in it. So I'm just like, I don't like hearing that too much. But
like you said, I mean, so far what I've seen with my own eyes looks pretty good so far.
yeah, I've never gone this back and forth over something. Like, I doubt I will, just because of the cost, but I don't know, maybe in 6 months or something like that, if the price of it goes down, and if I get tired of a G4, maybe then, but I can't jump on it this soon, that's for sure.
I just kind of feel it's a couple years late, because there were a lot of people that there were a lot of people rocking a BlackBerry for quite a while, and until their contracts came up and stuff like that, and they have really all gone to iPhones.
Sure.
And had they brought this out, like I think even when the Z10 came out, had they brought this out, they would have retained a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, the BlackBerry name, and with the keyboard especially, I think it's kind of late. But I'm hoping they do well.
They're notorious for being late, that's for sure.
It's hard when you're ahead of the game to think that you're now behind the game, and I think that's a mental adjustment they've had to make, and they haven't necessarily done it well. But we'll see. I'm hoping it does well. Because one of their competitors is the Nexus 6P, and you're going to talk about that too, Rob.
Well, just a little bit. I'll need some help from the other guys, but yeah, it is out in stores. I just caught wind of that today. About it's now like available for TELUS for $6.99. Although I did learn from another fellow that it's $6.99 only if you go. I think it had to be with TELUS or something like that, even if it's just month to month. But if you're buying it for TELUS and you're gonna go take it to Rogers, they'll charge you an extra $50 more. So then it's $749.
Okay.
So they must be sort of charging an unlock fee. That's what they're going to call it. That would be your
I guess so, right?
fee.
Something like that, yeah. So.
But it's a Nexus. It should come unlocked already. They're just probably putting that.
That's what you're saying, but you know that everything comes through a carrier is locked.
Nexus is as always, even if
Oh, really?
it's a carrier.
Yeah, Nexus is unlocked. Nexus is, but
Unlocked, yeah.
Next
I'm just thinking it's incentive to try and stay with them if you're going to walk through their door and buy.
Yeah, because like they don't want people to come in and not buy through the store. They're rolling that unlock fee into it. Is what they're doing.
Yeah. But the people that have it are definitely pretty
Enjoying
happy with it, and all that stuff. I'll just say it now since I'm talking about 6B. All that crap about the bending of it. Don't worry about bending it. It's not an issue. The guy that did it burnt it first and broke the screen first, and he put his.
No, he did do a second
his
video to
frickin' thing
say
to it.
I can still do it. It's still pretty easy without doing that. Which should be you know what, again, if you want to bend any phone, really,
You probably can.
you could. The
I'm
point.
not going to bend this thing. I'm not going to.
I don't think you can bend my Oppo. Seriously,
I'm
you
not sure
can't.
that.
You
Yes,
can't.
you could.
It's so solid.
But the
I
issue
swear.
is that they're trying to take off the heat off of iPhone. But the problem with the iPhone was that it was bending off people just putting it in their pocket.
Right.
Yeah,
You've
Hey,
got
that's
if your
different.
pocket and bends, that's an issue.
Let me see. This can bend. Yeah, it does. Look at that. It's not a matter of can it bend if you really try to push it. It's a matter of can I put it in my pocket and it won't bend on me automatically. So
Yeah, exactly.
So, the Huawei $50, is the watch available through TELUS as well, or is that only online?
that's only online right now. So if you go,
So is the watch at TELUS though?
I don't believe so. I don't believe that Huawei is only available in the Play Store even right now. I don't think that's.
Oh, I'd like to see it more in person. Not that I'm looking for an upgrade, but I always like to touch my tech before I buy it. Okay, and let's move on. We had a bit of a discussion before the show about what's going on with Chrome OS and Android. It's they're merging, they're not merging, they're merging, they're not merging. Where did we land with that?
Where did we land with that? I was fairly confident before we started the show that there's a lot of talk that's going, yeah, they're going to merge the two together, and it'll be happening in 2017.
I don't think so.
And now Ryan and Martin are going to help me out.
So what I've been reading, I'll start off, and Martin, you can probably correct me what I'm missing out on. So I've been reading was that originally Wall Street Journal posted that, they're going to be merging the two OSs into one, and then people actually started to do some sort of theory of, this is going to be an idea of if you use your device, you put it into dock mode, and now you have Chrome OS on your TV or something like that. So that's kind of what I was hearing people speculating. Again, Wall Street Journal's been big on we hear this rumor, let's run with it, and they're the worst in that sense.
No kidding.
Most likely they're right, but they're not reporting the whole story. Anyways, so the idea was that this would be a combined OS in somehow 2017. What they've come out to say later on is to say neither are going to die, and we're going to take the two of them and mash them up to have a really freaky looking baby OS. It's going to be this would be a feature of Android OS down the road that it would have some sort of Chrome OS mode or whatever. Chrome OS would still exist on its own. Android will still exist on its own. We'll have this really cool thing that does both. Which, if you look at devices like the Pixel C, which I so want, it would make the most sense, right? So that's kind of where you would see something like that.
But Martin, you're our real real tech guy, as opposed to the rest of us not so real tech people.
I was reading other stuff on part of the Google blog, one of the Google blog, where they were saying that even in 2017, there's no guarantee that anything's going to happen.
So
it's all just rumor.
they're thinking about it. Maybe.
There's basically, it's up in the air, and even Google has not pronounced themselves. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way to keep everybody on their toes. Let's move on. There's been some app updates. Devon, you're into Ingress?
Right. Also, Ryan, they added in-app purchases, meaning they added a store within the app where you can buy some items, like a special capsule where you can put up to 100 keys that don't count in your item cap. Cool, Martin. I was waiting to see how much this will cost, and I was a little bit surprised that the items are quite expensive. Now, it's a dilemma for me because I love the game, and I wouldn't mind buying some items, but after telling my children they're not allowed to use in-app purchases in games, and they're not allowed to buy anything within games, I feel bad to go ahead and do it myself. I probably won't do it. I can manage without the 100 bonus for the item cap, but probably if we as a group choose to spend some money to buy, there's a something special you can buy so you can get more items when you go out as a group. So I might do that. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, so what happens is they come up with this thing. You have to buy chaotic matter units. That's their in-game currency. And I think I worked it out that so for one of the power-ups, the fracker, which will double your hack output for up to 10 minutes. So unless you have multi heat sinks and multi-hacks, it's really not going to do much more difference for you. Because you only would get 2 hacks out of it. Anyway, so you're looking at about $2 for a fracker. And so yes, if you had a farm set up, you had a bunch of people, you could buy the whole pack for $12, and everybody can pay a couple bucks on it. Anyways, I can see it as a group thing. Okay, everybody could pitch in because the fracker affects the portal for anybody hacking it. So, but the key locker, I don't see the key locker being that big of an issue. Again, there's a bunch of keys, and we always, whoever you are, if you're a main contact, you always should keep a bunch of keys socked away to never touch. But I would put them in an MUFG capsule anyways to get the doublers on them.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of in-app purchases in these kind of games, just because in a game that already is imbalanced for those that want to pay, are going to pay more for driving around and getting the bigger things and getting the fake internet points. To allow them the opportunity to get even more bonuses by paying more really imbalances it a little bit more. So I mean, that's kind of a fight you have in most games. Most games are that way. Casuals versus lifers, or whatever you want to call them. But again, they're no longer part of Google or Alphabet, so they're having to look at a revenue stream model anyways. So.
Yep, and this is one of them. So, and then there were some changes to Inbox. I guess not many of us use Inbox on a regular basis. I do, but other people don't.
There's the 2 of us.
Well,
I keep trying to use it, but I'm like Martin. I like to folderize. I like to organize. I don't. As much as I love machine learning, and this is the way the update is that it's using machine learning to determine if it can use what they call smart reply. So if somebody, in the example they showed in the Google blog post, was that if somebody emailed you about a file, it would give you the option like, I'm working on the file. Here, let me attach it to you. It sort of gives these like specific answers you might want to give if on a generic answer. So it's kind of cool, and I love that idea. I'm too type A personality to want to hand over my organizing system to a device, because for me the biggest thing was, and I got it back on, was I love to see my emails on my phone, and if I want to delete them, I can delete them. But there is no option on that with Inbox. It's done. And
you can switch that. You can switch that, just so you know.
Yeah, I delete my stuff all the time in Inbox.
That was a newer edition, but a few months ago. But you can
Well, I just
Yeah,
up
I
it,
swipe
I
and
just
delete.
downloaded it now.
and swap it. So,
Oh, I
so
went into settings and it said like, what does done mean? Does done mean move to trash or whatever? So I don't know. I just one of those things. Not that I don't want to learn a new system, but just I have a system in place. For me, it works.
Yeah. And that's the main thing, right, is that your email works for you. I like it because it sorted my email for me, and I could just go junk, 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 junk. Mind you, that's how I feel about all my email. It's like, it's nice to be wanted. Oh, but not so. Go away now.
I just absolutely love the interface. It's just so.
Yes, and I love it.
I do too.
It's just beautiful.
I love that my flights to the Cook Islands are there, and they are staying there until March. Or
It even makes my Rogers phone bill look nicer, which, it's like, bill. Oh, but it looks so nice.
Look at the nice graphics. Yeah, we're suckers. So what do you guys think? Would you actually want its smart replies? Like, I'm not that, I don't want to be that sorted. I think I like to reply myself.
If I could do that, and I can then use it in on where, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I could boop, boop, oh, there's an answer already, it's a predefined answer, and it could, because you can get predefined responses
for text,
for text and stuff like that. But I mean, if I could do that for inbox, that would be cool. And it would be able to change. It would know what to put up on my watch. So that would be kind of cool.
Well, maybe that's coming.
Yeah, this is probably the start of that.
Yeah, I would say. There is a new app. We're going a few minutes over. We got so into weather there. There's a new app out by Google called Who's Down. Apparently it targets the young'uns. As in...
Not that kind of down.
Well, no, I heard that it is more for students and stuff like that. But then they said people who have time. So, I have no idea who that is.
It's not a DTF thing. It's who's down to hang out thing.
Yes. People with time.
So the app, so the idea basically is you could basically use it as drinks on Friday, who's down for drinks on Friday, and you would be able to go around to your friends and they would be able to. Now it's an invite only, so if you do get the APK, you do have to get an invite to be able to use it, as typical Google News services. It just reminded me very much similar to a Microsoft app called TossUp, which was sort of the same idea. Which was sort of a same idea that they had. Okay, here's what restaurant do we want to go try out on Thursday, and you could put it around and people could answer replies and stuff like that, and sort of take a survey of a bunch of people to get your answer. So I'm assuming that this is some sort of version of TossUp, but just Googleized.
I don't know. I live in a small town and work a lot. No time. I keep getting
are we going out Friday? All right, done.
Okay, that's enough of my life.
I would use it. Who wants to go for a jog? Who wants to go for a yoga class? You can use it even if you're not a super party animal.
But the only problem is you have to get everybody else to use it too. It's going to be
That's the problem, to get other people to use the app, right?
And every group of friends I have, everybody's on a different system, on a different email, on a different messaging
I know, but
system.
many years ago, at least my brother was able to have many people on. What was the name of the app that showed you where everybody is on the map?
Gizmo or Giz.
When you tracked everybody.
Locations?
Before that.
Oh yeah. It was an Android thingy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a while ago, where you can see where all your friends are, and actually.
And they rolled it into into Google Plus, right?
That was long ago, but we used to have that separate app that showed where everybody is, and actually people joined, and you could see your friends and.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Name. I need to Google that for you, Ryan, if we had more time, but we don't have time. So
we don't have time, so you guys have to update that
next week.
Time.
Yeah.
You'll know. So, just to wrap up quickly, we have some reviews either up or coming up on the website, so drop by. There's a MPAL Magneto Bluetooth headset, the Tilt Energy 6K, which sounds really cool. If I didn't have a battery, I think that would be the only thing that would make it more appealing to me was if it had the fast charge and okay, so it's two things, and a solar because
you know what, Kat?
definitely solar.
It supports 2.4 amp. So if you
So
did
that
plug
is
your,
quick.
yeah, if you did plug your phone in it, it'll charge.
But it's not
Yep.
quick charge. It's not.
It's not the fast charge. That's just
It's not.
quick or whichever. It's not the
It's
Qualcomm one.
it's just a regular fast charge 1x. Most people, when they refer to quick charge, it's a 2x charge.
Well, this one. Well, then what do I have with the S6? A rapid charge?
Yeah, you have the rapid charge, which
Rapid
is
charge
2x. Yeah.
That's it, Latitude.
I found the
Latitude.
latitude.
Okay, so that's the way that would be better. And then we have some. Ryan is being a review monster here. We have a Moto 360, the second version. He's going to be reviewing the Note 5.
It's not here yet, though. No, but I wasn't here. This is probably here this week.
ZTE Axon.
Axon, I guess.
You are playing with the Z5 right now. What do you think of the Bond phone so far?
Bond phone, yeah. Actually, it's okay now that I've figured out to use the. You can put my finger on it sideways to do the button, like for the power or the fingerprint reader. That's pretty cool.
Alrighty, and the Sonos Play 5 is also up for review.
That should be fun too.
All right, so I think that's it. We are a little over, sorry about that, but we had lots to talk about. And we did talk lots about some stuff. So everybody should say goodnight so that people can run away.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good weekend. Take care.
Take care, people. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.